everyone, this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to the Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Covens. Look at this beautiful scene we have over here. All of the Coven members are in their formal wear ready to celebrate Princess Qaira's birthday. The cake has been set out behind the dining table in front of the fireplace, or I suppose in between the two. And we have Channing giving Qaira a kiss on the cheek. He is very openly being affectionate towards her, and you can kind of see Guinevere is looking off to the side, but she doesn't seem upset by this whole thing. So what happened in the mini movie? Basically, it was all about Qaira, of course. Qaira, she, woke up, she got dressed in her lovely formal wear, and she was just excited that finally the day is here, her immortal birthday. She is going to become a woman of the court. She'll have the authority to make her own decisions. Now, in the past, this, I think it was this aging up, or maybe it was from a child to a teen. It was called the womaning. And then slowly that usage, that word kind of became ancient and stopped being used. And it's not really a thing that is used now, but I think before, turning from a child to a teen was considered becoming a woman. And now, in more recent years, it's become like going from a teen to an immortal. That's considered becoming a woman. So the age threshold in the society obviously has gone up. But Qaira, she wanted to speak to Channing before her birthday, so she invited him to the pool. They both got changed, and they were talking to each other, which I found that scene very sweet. And she told him that I can't do it anymore. I just can't keep my feelings for you hidden any longer. And Channing was saying, "Oh, Qaira, I feel the same. It hasn't been easy." And then Qaira said, "But no more. We won't have to do it anymore. I'm sick of it. I want to be open about us, right?" And then Channing asked her, "And what about Lady Guinevere? Will she approve?" Qaira replied to him saying, "Well, she won't disapprove because I've done everything that's been expected of me." And then there was a scene afterwards where she, confessed and then gave him a kiss. And she said, "Let's not fight it anymore. I love you, and I always have. I want you to be my suitor officially." So I just found that so sweet. Completely different, of course, to what her mother's doing in the background here. Her mother is already engaged to someone, and then she also has a mistress on the side who apparently hasn't got a seat on the table. Ay. Anyways, I'm excited, and Azora is in her second trimester, of course, so probably in the next episode we'll have a baby to look forward to, depending. Now, Qaira, I'm excited. I just want to get into it. I want her to have her birthday. I want to see how she looks, because, she has to have her immortal makeover. That's going to be super exciting. So why don't we dive into it? I just love the dynamic we have going on here. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Is Channing excusing himself? Maybe he got a bit shy and a bit nervous. Okay, so he's excusing himself. Ari's here as well, and it's being shown blatantly to everyone that Qaira is involved with Channing. Okay, so I don't think we're going to waste any time. We are going to blow out the candles because I'm just so excited for Qaira to be an immortal. And then, of course, once she becomes an immortal, we'll finally be able to do that sparring match between her and Guinevere. And then once she wins, she'll be eligible to challenge the queen. But of course, we're going to wait until all the princesses have been trained, because that's the way the queen operates, or recent queens have. They prefer to do the challenging all in one day, or in one go. So, Qaira, let's blow out the candles. I'm so excited. Our first baby, our first princess is going to be an immortal. Okay, let's take a look, Qaira. Let's take a look. She's been such a lovely princess, I feel. Such a dream princess. From when she was born, like from a very young age. From babyhood. She's been a dream princess for all of us. Okay, Qaira. Let's become an immortal. There we go. Right, so Qaira has aged up into an immortal, guys. Now I have to go through, do her makeover, and then we're going to come back to see how Qaira looks and, of course, what trait she has developed as an immortal, as a young adult. So I'll see you guys in a bit. We have completed Princess Qaira's makeover, and here she is as a young adult, guys. Gone is the sweet, the innocent, the bright Princess Qaira. This Qaira is much more mature. She looks like a dark sea witch or a dark mermaid in a lot of her outfits. That's kind of the theme that I had working with her. And the trait that she developed as an immortal is Loner. So I feel like with everything that she's been through as a teen and how everyone was all up in her business, so, you know, because she was heiress, anything and everything she did had a stake in the flippin' queendom or the throne, so she had to be careful about her actions, and everyone was kind of dictating what she was doing. And even though initially she welcomed that, I think she started being a bit more resistant to that idea when Channing became involved. And so now that she has authority as a woman of the court, she wants some privacy, is how I'm interpreting that Loner trait. She wants privacy to be able to pursue her own things, her own relationships, and to make decisions without other people holding the title of heiress over her head and saying, but what about this, right? So that's what we have with Qaira. I love this dress on her, the turquoise and the purple. So all her outfits are kind of like in a turquoise or purple scheme. But let's take a closer look at it. Now she's got braids and it's up in a high ponytail, which I think looks lovely on her. She did have like two little braids down the front when she was a teen, but she's decided to go all warrior-esque. So I feel like this is almost Qaira telling everyone that I'm accomplished. I don't need, like, I've completed my training. I am capable. I don't need anyone babying me anymore. I don't need people treating me like I'm dainty because I am a dangerous vampiress. I am a fearsome vampiress. And you are, honey. You are. I can see it in your eyes. She looks lovely, doesn't she? And I kind of like that her hair is out of her face now. I really, really like this on her. Also, now we can actually see her bloodline tattoo, which we couldn't beforehand. So, there we go. She's got her Salazar bloodline tattoo down the back. And actually, speaking of bloodline tattoos, I realized that Azura hadn't gotten a Valenka one. And, you know, sometimes throughout the ages, the bloodline tattoos do change. And so the Valenka bloodline tattoo that Azura has now is different from probably what her mother had. But let me quickly show you guys. She's got this bloodline tattoo down her right arm, which almost looks like graveyardy. And I feel like that's kind of important for the Valenkas because Sophia, their founder, in essence, she died in a battleground. So I think Azura carries that with pride. That, you know, this bloodline tattoo shows that I'm descended from hero spellcasters. So that's what we have with Azura. But, oh my goodness, Qaira, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Qaira. Okay, well, I think we can turn autonomy back on and everyone can... Oh, actually, no. We don't want to do that because I said now that Qaira is a young adult and immortal, we want her to continue her training with Guinevere. I suppose we can turn bloodline. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm going to turn autonomy back on so everyone else can take care of themselves. And then I want Qaira and Guinevere to be in a group. So I might have to get... Oh, okay. These boys, they've gone off to do their own thing. That is fine. Let's put you in a group with Guinevere. Let's see. Oh, also, why don't I show you guys her dark form? So I will get her to change. And then we can take a look at her dark form. Hold on, honey. Hold on. So this is Qaira in her dark form. She looks lovely. Her dress is pink and green. And she's got like the same kind of hair color that she had before, obviously, in skin tone and the black eyes. But she just looks to me... Let me know what you think. But to me, she looks very much like a dark witch. That's kind of the way... like, that's kind of the vibe she gives me across all her outfits. And I didn't know that was the theme I was going with, but then when I finished, I was looking through everything, I was like, oh my goodness, she looks like a dark witch. But I kind of really, really like it. I like how drastic of a change it is from the way she was as 18. I suppose it's not too drastic. Her personality's kind of been going in that direction, but definitely not as naive and sweet looking as she was when she was younger. Okay. I want you to get into a group with Guinevere, and the two of you are going to come here. Actually, yeah, let's go here to the training ground so that we can complete what she wanted, which is the final stage of her training. So I want to go ahead and get that done with Guinevere. So let's see. Guinevere. Now we're going to start. There we go. Now we can spar. So essentially the last stage of the training, Qaira has to spar with Guinevere until she wins against Guinevere. And then she'll be officially eligible to challenge the queen. So all of this is kind of a must for the princesses to go through, because realistically, if they can't even defeat the champion, what chance do they have of defeating the queen? And I'm pretty sure in the previous generation, between Guinevere and Eden, I'm pretty sure they went through 7 battles. 7 battles, like together, all together. Both of them total. They went through 7 battles with their mother, Aphrodite, before Eden won. So Eden battled Aphrodite 4 times and Guinevere battled Aphrodite 3 times before a queen was decided. So they obviously have a lot of experience with this, and you know, to prevent something like that happening, we definitely want the princesses to be well prepared. Now, funnily enough, with Aphrodite, when she was a princess herself, she was a only princess, so she didn't have any competitors, but she beat her mother Wisteria in 1 battle, like the first battle. So I feel like it says a lot about our queens and how capable they are, depending on who and when they're able to fight and win. I'm pretty sure for Wisteria, because she had a twin sister and then a younger sister, so Zelda and Isadora. I'm pretty sure Queen Athena fought her children 4 times before Queen was decided. So Wisteria fought the Queen twice, and on her second battle she won, but her other sisters fought the Queen once and they both lost. So, very intriguing. Okay, let's go ahead and see. How prepared is our Princess Qaira? Look at that. They look gorgeous. But Guinevere definitely seems like she's quite strong. Understandably. She has a whole other rank on the princess, but this is why the princess has to spar with her. Oh, yep. Guinevere won that one. Okay, so our princess still has a way to go. But I definitely want her to keep trying. This is really good training for her. So, you know, it's her birthday. She's going to keep sparring with Guinevere, at least while she has energy right now, until she gets some sort of outcome that she's happy with. So we'll keep going and we'll see. Because sometimes it doesn't take that long, but other times it takes a few days and you have to keep coming back to it and, you know, doing this. Okay, this is the second battle. It seems as though she's still struggling with the second battle. But there might be an improvement. I see an improvement in her fighting. Let's see. Oh! She defeated Guinevere in the second battle. Okay, nice. And the queen was here to witness all of that along with Catherine and Elaine. So guys, that means Princess Qaira is officially eligible to challenge the queen. Which is awesome. That also means that she is not going to be fussed over. She's going to have way more privacy now. And yeah, I don't think the title of heiress is going to be as much of a burden to her. And I don't know if it's me, but I feel like Qaira is possibly the most prepared princess that we have had. The most prepared. And I feel like a lot of that is in part to do with Guinevere. Guinevere was very hands-on with Qaira from the get-go. She didn't let Qaira kind of step down from her responsibilities and made sure that she was always on track. So, congratulations, Qaira. Okay, well, it doesn't seem as though Juno has very much she needs to do in terms of training. But, as you can see, Juno, she's been working on her own to kind of make more strides because she still, wants to be Grandmaster. And I feel like Qaira, if anything, is going to want to start doing that on her own. But I also feel like the transition from being Guinevere's pupil to suddenly having a freedom is going to take a little bit to ease into, mainly for Guinevere, because even though Guinevere is acknowledging that Qaira, is her own person and she doesn't really need her guidance anymore, Juno doesn't require training from her either, because Juno's kind of completed all the steps she needs to until she becomes an immortal herself. And then Guinevere at this point is still waiting for little Princess Eve to move into the castle. So at this point, when Eve moves in, then Guinevere will take over Eve's training. So until that point, she kind of has all this free time. So I feel like it's going to be hard for her not to want to educate the princess. But really, she doesn't need to anymore. And actually, I feel like Juno is going to use that opportunity to start approaching Guinevere for some training. Because she doesn't want to stop. She does not want to stop, I feel. I mean, look at this already. She and Qaira are both masters, but Qaira hasn't done much training since she reached the threshold, whereas Juno, she isn't stopping. So she definitely has her head screwed on right. But she's going to start approaching Guinevere for more training. So she's going to do that now that Guinevere isn't exclusive to her sister. So let's go ahead. I'm a little bit worried though that Qaira isn't as personable as I feel like a queen should be. And that may not work in your favor especially if you aren't able to build relationships with everyone in court. But I mean, I suppose we'll see how things go. I feel like, you know what? I feel like Juno works the hardest, but she's the forgotten princess. Do you guys get the same vibes? I feel like Juno works really hard, but she's kind of like a forgotten princess. Nobody really thinks much of her, which is quite depressing. And the one person who does think a lot about her, aka Elaine, is trying to control her, and she really doesn't want to be controlled. She doesn't want that attention. Okay, you be mentored in your vampire skills. She wants a taste of what Qaira has had access to. Also, I didn't talk about this, but Qaira has decided to break vampiric tradition and actually keep her natural hair color. So normally the vampiresses, when they become immortals, they dye their hair a different color. And through different milestones in their life, they do, color their hair several times. But Qaira, she has decided to break that custom, and she wants to keep her natural red hair, which she's very proud of. And that hair, that color is associated with the Rana reigns. So I feel like that might have played a role in why Qaira is wanting to keep the red hair and not kind of leave it and forget about it. I feel like a lot of the times when they do change their hair color, especially because they inherit the natural colors from their fathers, which sometimes can be from, you know, different bloodlines or one of the ancient bloodlines. I feel like when they color the hair, they lose some of that lineage in appearance, and they become almost entirely their mother's daughter. Whereas Qaira over here, I think the Ranarain bloodline has played a huge part in her life, so she's definitely maintaining that. And actually, if I'm remembering correctly, one of the first lessons she got when Guinevere took over her training was of the ancient bloodlines. And she got told about, you know, how special she was. So I feel like she's remembered that. And that, for her, is probably one of the things that's going to give her some power, some authority, is saying that I am from a champion bloodline as well. I am royal, and I also stem from a champion bloodline, so don't underestimate my powers type thing. Which I really like for her. Okay, Juno, you did your training. I'm fairly sure you have. Let's do some meditation. And actually, Juno has acquired some of these tomes that she is going to read. And then Qaira, I think, in her effort to distance herself from Guinevere a little bit more and get some freedom, I think she's going to start approaching her mother, Queen Eden, and trying to get guidance on from Eden about how to rule and, you know, the burdens of bearing the crown and being on the throne. So I think she's going to want some training from Eden in regards to that. So we'll take her down. She can spend some time with her mother. And that's we've talked about this before, but I feel like ever since she became a child, really, and moved into the castle, her relationship with Guinevere has been very strong. And she's kind of become distanced from Eden. Or at least I feel like Guinevere has always placed herself between Qaira and Eden. And despite that, Eden's relationship or her affection for Qaira has never wavered. Qaira has always been her favorite child. And so now Qaira is kind of tapping into that connection a little bit more. Because she feels as though out of everyone right now, her mother will probably understand her the best. After all, her mother was heiress. She's been through the same thing, you know, if not similar things. And she should be able to tell her the next stage to gaining independence. So that makes me really happy. That makes me really, really happy. Okay, when you're done, do your meditation, read this encyclopedia, and I feel like this would also, like, now would be the time. If there's certain things Eden's been keeping from Qaira throughout her years growing up, because, you know, one, she probably didn't want to alarm her, and two, she wanted to keep family unity, now is the time to start teaching her certain things that she might have found challenging when she was younger. Like the idea that even if she loves her family members, she must never stop her quest for personal power and maintaining that power, because others will always be trying to do just that. So don't let yourself be comfortable and fall behind, because when someone becomes more capable than you, then they'll start exercising control over you. So some of those concepts she might have found strange to hear about when she was younger, but now that she's older, she knows how people work a bit better. She wants, you know, her own independence. I think she's going to be more open to that idea. That yes, not everything is always as they seem, and sometimes even the people you love will try and do what they think is right for you. And looky, she and Juno are both studying together in front of the goddess's statue at the temple. Looky. That's right, Qaira. Juno is really on the ball with all of this. So she is going to get some sun resistance, and Qaira is gonna get some sun resistance as well. She's like barely keeping up with Juno at this point. Ay. Okay, Juno's younger than you, and she's like ahead of you, Qaira. You gotta be careful, honey. Gotta be careful. Don't underestimate your sister. Don't underestimate her. I'm not saying Juno's gonna turn evil or anything, but you know, she is definitely working hard. And just because everyone keeps overlooking her, doesn't mean it'll stay that way forever. So, okay, Qaira is gonna continue doing her own thing, which is great. And, what's Juno feeling like? Oh my goodness. Look at Juno. Look at Juno. This isn't possible. We can't do this. Now she wants to ask Griffin, Lord Griffin, to be her boyfriend. And Griffin is the twin brother of Sage, the one who she was kind of teasing beforehand. But we know this isn't possible. Her relationship with Sage and her relationship with Griffin is not possible because they are cousins. And they probably don't view her in that way. But for Juno, her attention is all on the Shadow Boys. It's funny because I feel like Qaira is trying to distance herself from Guinevere, but Juno is being attracted to Sage and Griffin because of Guinevere. Because they descend from Guinevere, they are her sons, she is capable, she is powerful, and she feels like that's kind of passed on to them, and they probably will be her best protectors and her best kind of champions. So that's kind of interesting. She's not even looking at Ari or Xander. Like, these people she could have connections with, but she doesn't want them. She wants Sage and Griffin. You want your cousins, honey. We understand, but also that is just not possible. It just ain't possible. Okay. Does anyone else have anything interesting that they wish to do? Anyone else have anything interesting they wish to do? Within the court, perhaps? I know for sure Eden had something interesting. Eden definitely had something interesting. So guys, Eden, her relationship with Catherine and Catalea isn't the best right now. And she's even started, I feel like she's been spiraling in this direction of, oh, I am able to do things, I have authority, I've been such a good queen, and people like that about me, people are attracted to that about me, and I'm getting all this attention and affection, and why shouldn't I take it? Of course I'm gonna take it. Like, she can't stop. And at times I feel like she knows she's supposed to, but she can't stop. And she's also becoming a little bit greedy with now a betrothed and a mistress. The feelings that she's had for Lagatha for like her whole adulthood, I feel like she's started here and there kind of actioning it. It's almost like, well, if one mistress is okay, why not another? You know, she's in that mentality, so she has started flirting with Lagatha as well. But after the previous episode's incidents, Catalea and Catherine, they both have had instances of becoming jealous that the queen is being affectionate with the other one. They obviously want more of the queen's attention, so I don't know how that's going to work out, but Eden herself has been quite clear recently. She wants to get married to Lady Catherine. So she definitely wants to have a wedding with Lady Catherine. So that is definitely going to be in the works. But I feel like maybe that's something that should be left perhaps for the next episode. I mean, I could go ahead and work on that just a little bit in this episode, but I don't know. I feel like that's something that we should do later on. You know, like I kind of want to dedicate, but then, I kind of want to dedicate an episode to it, but I feel like next episode is going to be pretty big for Azura, because, you know, she's having her baby. But I suppose that could happen in the background while the queen and Thing get married. That could be a background thing that happens. But I'm not sure. There's just like so much to do what else do we have coming up? Let's just take a look. Okay, well, we still have all of Saturday. So even if we come back in the next episode, we could work on the wedding. And then we have the council reappointment, and then she's going to be having her baby. At what time? In the morning. Okay, so next episode is probably going to be super packed. But the queen has kind of decided she wants to get married to Catherine. And she wanted to, I think, get engaged to Catherine too. So her feelings for Catherine are quite strong. And just because she's got a mistress now doesn't mean that the queen has gotten distracted from her original goal and her original feelings. But I don't know. Eden's character to me is just very flimsy. Very, very flimsy. I don't feel like she can commit to anyone properly. Like with Guinevere, she's only ever really been involved with Lagatha. And for the most part, you know, she's been faithful to Lagatha. I mean, there was... What is this? What is this? Okay, Bryce, we understand. Meredith, I think... I don't even know when that happened. And with Elaine, I feel like really, these are probably things... With Meredith, I assume, you know, she was probably trying to intimidate Meredith at some point. And so she was being, like, dangerously flirty. With Elaine, I feel like it's more... Elaine was probably drawn to her for something. And Elaine was trying to make use of her, but that didn't really amount to anything. Her relationship with Lagatha really is the only thing that Guinevere's taken seriously or pursued in any capacity. So I honestly have a lot more respect for Guinevere, and her feelings have been steady. They haven't really wavered ever. Whereas with the queen, she's just been with everyone at this point, I feel. She just doesn't know her own self. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but out of everyone in the coven, it seems to me that Guinevere and Elaine cry for Meredith the most. And they're the two evil Sims we have. I feel like this is all a show. At least for Elaine. It is definitely a show for Elaine. Guinevere, I'm not too sure what's going on with her. But she and Elaine are here the most. Even Lagatha isn't here as much as Elaine and Guinevere are here. So, I thought that was kind of intriguing. Oh, this is broken. And Azura, you are currently in your... Okay, she's gonna go into her third trimester, like, in a minute. I think she's in her third trimester now. Yep. Oh my goodness, honey. Imagine if Azura had a baby girl. Just imagine. I feel like that would have really been Serana's worst nightmare. If she was alive and Azura had, you know, the chance to breed. If Azura had a baby girl on the first go, I feel like that would have been maddening for Serana because she had to try for so long. She had to do a whole bunch of crazy things to even get Delphi. And that was on her fourth go. So I feel like she would, like, it would make her really upset. Azura, I don't think cares very much whether she has a boy or a girl. Like I said beforehand, she's very much about her and thinking about, you know, what she wants and what she likes. And she feels like she's important enough that a child's birth is not going to diminish the love people have for her in court. Which is, I mean, a good place to be, really. It is. But, okay, I am going to leave off until we have something a bit more exciting with these ladies, and then I will jump back in for just a, you know, little bit more of hanging out with them before we end the episode. The drama continues. It is not yet over, everyone. So, while the queen has been having her wish and her desire to marry Catherine, this one over here, the sneaky Catalea, she not only had a whim to kiss the queen, she wants to get engaged to Eden, guys. She's not happy with just being the queen's mistress. She wants to marry the queen as well. she essentially wants what Catherine has, right? She now has the intention to marry the queen. So she is trying to get some alone time with the queen and get all like cozy with her, repair her relationship with the queen, fix this jealousy that's been happening, because yeah, she wants more. Right now, Catherine, even though she and Catherine are great friends actually, they're competitors as far as Catalea is concerned, and Catalea does not feel as though what she's doing is wrong. She does not want to back down. She wants exactly what Catherine has, and she feels like there's nothing wrong in getting it. So she's gonna try and utterly seduce the queen. That is what is happening right over here. She's trying to seduce the queen, and the queen, look at her. She's like eating it all up. The queen doesn't care right now that what she's doing probably isn't the best thing to be doing. She does not care. Even all the trouble that she's gotten into with both these women for being as flirtatious as she is. She doesn't care. If she's getting the attention, she's getting the love, she wants it all, I feel like. That's the queen right now. She just wants it all. And to be honest, I don't even know if Catalea can get what she wants from the queen. Because if the queen's, you know, already set to marry Catherine, I don't know if there's going to be space for her to also propose to the queen. And then even in that instance, we don't know whether the queen is going to be, like whether she's going to accept or not. But Catalea, she's going to keep trying. She's going to keep trying, of course. And oh, I think she's going to... I think she's going to take it to the next level. I don't even think Catherine has woohooed with Eden yet. But look at Catalea. She is not leaving any stone unturned. She will do what she has to get what she wants. If this is the way she can gain the queen's affection and, you know, be in the queen's good books, then she's going to do that. She does not care. Oh my goodness, Catalea. I don't know whether I hate her or I like her at this point. All I know is that I definitely hate the queen. I feel really bad for Catherine. And Catalea is very interesting. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? What's your stance on the three characters? Like, there's no way I can hate Catherine. She's the victim in all of this. Catalea is definitely instigator. But for some reason, I don't hate Catalea. I'm hating the queen instead because the queen's allowing it to happen. If anything, she should know where the line is. And she should be the one to hold herself back and reject Catalea's advances. But no, the queen's not going to do that. The queen's not going to do that. When has she ever rejected someone's advances? Even if it is everyone's flippin' downfall. Totally not a queen thing to do. Okay. Let's see. Yep, see, look at that. Catalea has been trying so desperately to, you know, herself be engaged to the queen, become betrothed to the queen, but after she's literally given her body to the queen has turned around and told her that, I do love you, Catalea, but let's leave it at that. You can't take, like, a betrothal is out of the question. You know, you can't take Catherine's place. Catherine and I, we are already betrothed to each other. We're set to marry. I want to marry her, and I'm determined to marry her. So you'll just have to be satisfied with, you know, being in love. And she's trying to make it out as if, like, it's okay, we can be in love with each other. Just because Catherine and I are together doesn't mean you and I can't be together. It's just that you won't get, you know, the official title of my wife. So Catalea, I don't know how she's gonna feel about this, considering, like, she's still trying. I don't know how she's gonna feel by the fact that she kind of gave herself to the queen. I mean, her feelings aren't that genuine. She's doing it for a reason. But still, she might feel a little bit used that she gave herself to the queen, and then the queen went and told her after that that nothing can come of it, rather than being honest with her. Oh my goodness. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Like, what is happening? What is happening in the coven, guys? Well, okay, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.